Hey guys, it's Penguin here, and welcome back to another gold making video. In today's video, we are going to be going over crafted transmog, especially right now during 9.2.7. Now, if you guys have been following the gold making scene and all of the news and kind of trends going on ever since the auction house merge, you have probably seen a lot of people shying away from commodities. Whether that's just because they can't find enough profit, their TSM doesn't work so they've been discouraged, or strictly they just don't have enough time to sit and cancel scan all day to keep up with competition. If one of those scenarios sounds like you, this video is going to help you out a ton. Like I just said, a lot of people are getting fed up with the original ways that they've made gold, so they are looking for new methods. And this video is one of them. A lot of people have been getting into the old world scene, which makes me very happy as I have been a long-term supporter of old world markets, specifically old world transmog. So if you are somebody who is interested in this market, but you don't know where to start, as there are so many choices, hopefully this video will make it a little bit easier for you. Now, in terms of what this video entails, there will be two parts of this video. The first one will be about the crafted transmog themselves. I have about 9 or 10 suggestions that I will walk you through exactly how to get the recipe, what profession you need, and kind of why this item is good. Also, I will be showing you a basic TSM setup, so if you're somebody who has never sold crafted transmog, then hopefully this will help you out as well. Keep in mind, this all comes down to personal preference, so feel free to make this your own. And if you enjoy this video and you potentially want this to turn into a series where I showcase a handful of crafted transmog each video, definitely subscribe and let me know. But here we go. So to get started, let me first explain kind of the requirements for these suggestions. The first main requirement is that they have a pretty high sale rate. I try my best to only suggest items that have a sale rate above 0.02. Now, I will say ever since the auction house merge or the start of 9.2.7, I have seen some sale rates be erased, but some items on this list may not actually have a sale rate, however, it did before 9.2.7. There's only about 1 or 2 items on this list, but if you look in game and do not see a sale rate, that is the reason why. The second main requirement of these items is that they are very easy to get. What that actually means is that it's very subjective. Basically, it just requires maybe less than 15 to 20 minutes of your time. And most of your time spent will be traveling. For example, if you are currently parked in Oribos, you may have to travel a few minutes to Outlands, or you will have to go to Winter Spring, or all of these other locations, so most of your time spent will be travel time. Now, I will say right now, I am assuming you have your old world professions leveled. If you don't, I will leave a resource in the description down below for you to level up those professions. For example, if I mention an item has vanilla blacksmithing, I will not be saying the exact level, as I assume you have vanilla blacksmithing leveled. Of course, you can go onto Wowhead and find the actual level if you don't, but I recommend leveling up that profession and that expansion anyways. But with all of that being said, we're going to jump into these suggestions. I hope you enjoy. Alright, so starting off simple, we have a very nice unique transmog called the Key to the Plains. This name is 100% a reference, so if you get it, awesome job. The item itself comes from Cataclysm Inscription, and the best thing about this is that it is simply a trainer-learned recipe. So as long as you have your Cataclysm Inscription leveled up, you can go to your main city and pick up this recipe. Now, if you want to go above and beyond, of course, craft this item as it is for the people who are collecting transmog. However, if you want to go above and beyond, some people have been attaching various relics of the past to this item to either scale up or down the item level for different twink items. Definitely keep that in mind, and we're going to move on to the next. Keeping with this simple theme, which you will see a lot throughout this video, we have the Fell Iron Greatsword. This, once again, is a unique appearance, and honestly, I love this sword. It is a very nice red sword that goes great with a lot of transmog sets. In terms of how to get this item, you need Outland Blacksmithing, and it is simply just a trainer learned recipe. So go to Satrath City, learn your Outland Blacksmithing, level it up, and gain this recipe. Once again, not shying away from our theme right here, we have tailoring shirts. Now, to anybody who has been following my channel in the past, you probably are not surprised by this. Tailoring shirts is probably the market that I recommend to anybody getting into crafted transmog. The amazing thing about this is they have very high sale rates, some of them even being in the 0.12, which is insane for crafted transmog. Also, they are super cheap. There are some shirts that I can literally craft for 4 gold. Yes, they might only sell for 25 gold, but sell a lot of them, and it adds up very quickly. Basically, all of these shirts do come from trainer-learned recipes, so just level up your vanilla tailoring, and you will gain a ton of them. However, if you want to do a little bit more effort, you can look up the workman or the lumberjack shirts, and you can farm them for their very low drop chance, or simply buy them off the auction house at a premium. Continuing on, we have a few items that require a little bit more effort. The first one we have is the Devil Sword set, which comes from vanilla leatherworking. Now, this is one of the items that has no sale rate post 9.2.7, but I highly recommend this set, and normally you will be able to find a lot of profit on your server. Now, this set only has pants and gauntlets, and these 2 items are bought from Nurgle in the Ungoro crater. Keep in mind, any sort of bot recipe, most likely you will be able to sell or buy off the auction house. So if you cannot be bothered to fly to the crater, feel free to buy them off the auction house for a premium, or you can kind of double your money by also selling them on the auction house for even more potential sales. Going back to tailoring, we have the Imbued Netherweave set. Now this is a set of 4 items. You have the robe, tunic, pants, and boots. Now this set is going to make you work twice as hard, as they are separated by their vendors. In order to pick up the robe and tunic, you will go to Arond, which is a vendor in the Shadowmoon Valley. Keep in mind, this is the Shadowmoon Valley of Outland, not Warlords of Draenor. And in order to get the pants and boots, you will have to travel to the Zangar Marsh. Now, if you are Alliance, you will go to a different outpost than Horde. The locations will be on screen, but the Alliance will be looking for the vendor Muhiru, and the Horde will be looking for Zura. Either way, both of these will have that recipe, and then simply just learn them on your tailorer. And we are going to yet again talk about blacksmithing, as we have a lot of blacksmithing items on this list. Yet again, keeping with this vendor theme, we have Frostguard, which honestly I think is probably the coolest looking weapon on this list, and it is just very cool, especially if you are like a Frost DK. I thought this would fit perfectly for any sort of plate transmog sets. You will buy this item, I'm just going to say Dale, I have no idea how to pronounce this name, and you just get this in Winterspring. He is sitting in a little camp in front of a cave, which I'll show you on screen. I missed him the first time, so just make sure you're paying attention. Now, technically, if you decide to look up this item, you can technically farm it from a foreman in the Eastern Plaguelands. However, the drop chance is 0.09%, so please do not spend your time farming it. Go buy it from this vendor for a 100% drop rate. And we are left with 3 more items. These items are going to require a little bit more time, however, they aren't necessarily harder to get. The first one is the Phantom Blade, which is honestly probably the fastest selling item on this list, disregarding the tailoring shirts. What you will need to do is take your blacksmith to the Strathhome dungeon. Keep in mind you need to go into the service entrance, which is to the right of the main entrance, so don't get confused. And then you will just need to run this dungeon, killing the shrieking and the wailing banshees. Basically, what you will need to do is do the loop, kill all the banshees, leave, reset the dungeon, and go back in. Simply just kill all the banshees until the recipe drops. Some people get it first try, some people get it after 5 runs. I believe I got it after 8. Keeping with blacksmithing, we have one more item, and this is the blazing rapier. Now, this will probably be the most technical item on this list to get. You will need to head to the Searing Gorge, and you will have to go to a specific cave, which I will show on screen. I will also provide coordinates if that helps you out. You will want to enter and head to the right, and you will see a ton of different flame wraiths. Basically, you kill as many as you need until you obtain a lava oil. This sometimes takes a while, so just be patient. After that, you will leave the cave and enter a nearby one. Once again, I will share the coordinates. Once you're there, you will head straight until you come to a bridge. Then on that bridge, if you turn to the left, in the lava, you will find a chest. If you use your mouse to hover throughout the lava, you will kind of find that cogwheel symbol show up. Then you will have to drink that potion that you collected, then you will have to jump in and loot the chest. Then either you need to hearth out, or you will have to wait for the potion to expire, die, and then respawn out of the lava. Generally, this should only take a few minutes, but it really depends on how lucky you get with the lava oil. And so this leaves us with our final item, which actually I lied, this is technically 2 items in one, and this is the Warbear Woolies as well as the Warbear Harness. Both of them require vanilla leatherworking, and they simply come from friendly with the Timbermaw Hold. Now, in order to get friendly the fastest, if you just do the introduction questline in Winter Spring, in about 15 to 20 minutes, depending on how fast you are as a quester, you will gain that reputation. Then you simply go into their hold, find the vendor, then simply buy the recipe. This is probably my favorite leatherworking item, and I believe in a previous video, I highlighted the Warbear Woolies specifically. They sell very, very well, and you have probably seen plenty of female characters running around with this transmog on. And with that being said, that is all the suggestions I have. Now, this should give you a great starting point to start up your collection. If you guys would like more suggestions or you want to build out your collection more, I do have a crafted transmog spreadsheet, which you can find in the description down below, which basically is this video, but in text form. And currently it has over 220 items added to that list. Everything is not there, however, everything that is there is recommended. So to any collectors out there, that will keep you busy. We will now be transitioning into a quick auctioning operation that I just quickly want to show you. So, Future Penguin, take it away. Alright, so I just wanted to quickly showcase a operation that you can base your crafted Tmog operation on. As a lot of people aren't exactly sure how to set up their TSM, I just wanted to showcase a simple example. And the first thing you will notice is that my duration is set at 24 hours. This is because I personally do not cancel scan my crafted transmog. I am somebody who just likes to post it once a day, and I leave it be. If you are somebody who is similar to me and only want to post once a day, I would leave it at 24. If you're somebody who plans on cancel scanning, I will change this to 12. And if you're somebody who doesn't want to check back until every 2 days, feel free to change it to 48. Then these are my price sources. Basically, what this is doing is checking crafting as well as DB market and taking the maximum value. To fully explain what this max does, let's set ourselves an example. Let's say an item we are crafting cost us 100 gold to make. And normally it sells for 1,000 gold on the auction house. That is the DB market average. So if we just used the 120% crafting, we would ensure that we are making 20% profit. So if it cost us 100 gold to craft, we would be posting it for 120 gold. However, normally this item sells for 1,000. So what this 80% does is 80% of 1,000 would be 800 gold. So it will take the maximum value, which is either 120 gold or 800 gold. Basically, it allows you not to sell yourself short, and of course, you're still making that profit. Of course, if you don't really care about what the item normally goes for, feel free to just simply use crafting. I basically apply the same method, but to maximum and normal, with just a little bit different values. So for maximum, I either am making 4 times my crafting cost, or 120% of its general rate. Once again, same thing with normal, either 2 times my crafting cost, or about 15% over normally what it sells for. But yeah, that is really it. I mean, it's super simple. There's really no hidden tactic that I use. Please, you don't have to use these numbers, but it's just something to think about and base your stuff off of. But everybody, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully, this can get you started in making some great profit with crafted transmog. If you have any additional questions, feel free to let me know. And of course, feel free to join the Discord if you want to be a part of our amazing community, and that is the best place to contact me. As always, thank you so much for watching, and have a good day.